Swole Benji here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the top 15 best things about New World, the favorite awesomest things that New World has done, and why New World is totally worth playing and is one of the most revolutionary, most famous, most popular played games currently on the entire planet, possibly even the universe. Let's get into the list. Number 1, content release rate. The rate that content releases is some of the best in the industry. Out of all MMORPGs I have ever played in my entire life, New World releases content at the best possible, most satisfying rate I have ever seen. It is just so amazing. I mean, since the games came out, look what they've given us. They gave us the Void Gauntlet, guys. I mean, look at that. You know, they could have just not released that. They could have just not given us these mutated dungeons in the last 3 to 4 months. You know, content released, you know, the rate that they're releasing content in this game, it's just so good. You gotta really appreciate it. You really just gotta put your hands together and get on your knees. You gotta bend those knees and you just gotta be like, oh, thank you so much, Amazon. Mwah, and just give their toes a nice kiss. Coming in at number 2, I'm not editing that out, is the expertise filter. That's right, guys. For those that don't know, this game has a nice filter in place so that people with jobs and people that have lives and people that don't want to spend all day doing the same content that they hate won't have to bother us. They won't have to bother playing the game. That's right, the expertise filter. And for those that don't know, it's this thing right here. It's your little gear score. You can see here right now, I'm getting filtered on my pants because it's not high enough to do the mutated dungeons. This needs to be level 610 just to even do mutator 5s, right? So, filtered, huh, right? Nah, I'm just playing, guys. But the real thing is, it is such a nice thing to have filters in this game because we don't want filthy casuals playing our MMORPGs. This is for the no-life people. They can play video games while they're sitting in their office, people that can afford to pay other people to play, that have families, that have children that can play their accounts for them, and the no-life neats, such as myself, they can play all day doing the same mundane, boring content over and over. Oh, did I say? I mean, the most exciting content over and over. I just love Merc Guard runs. I just love getting 100 people together in the chat and just running around in a big blob of people, and we just loot the same chests every day at the exact same time. I just love the routine. I just love the... I like to play games where I expect to know what happens. I know that when I wake up tomorrow, I will be able to log on at exactly 10 p.m. server time, and I'll go do a Merc Guard run with all the other people also doing the Merc Guard run. We're all going to open the same chest that we opened yesterday and the day before and a month ago and 2 months ago, and our expertise number will go up. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that so cool? Number 3, town boards. Don't you just love the town boards leveling up? I know I did. And now that I'm max level, and I don't really actually need to hunt 3 elks anymore because I don't really need the experience or the 1 coin it gives or the paltry territory standing, it's still the coolest thing ever. So it really makes me feel like I've progressed as a character, that I am so above the town and so above the game that this entire game mechanic that probably took them up to a year to make, it's just beyond, it's beneath me, it is below me, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Look at this, I could go farm 15 firm fish fillets, that's going to take me about an hour, and I'll get 500 territory standing rep, or I can go craft a big old piece of armor and get 2,000 rep. I mean, the choice is mine, right? But the fact that they have these town boards in this game, it's just the coolest thing ever. It's just one of those things that they put in the game. You know, it's just off on the side. You don't really notice it much, but you got to really appreciate the fact that these town boards, I'm such a high, powerful, rich, strong character that is well progressed in the game that I can just look at this thing and just scoff at it. I can just stare meanly at it. It's just a little decoration now. It's completely pointless for my character, and I just love that so much. Isn't that cool? Number 4, the pay model of the game. You pay 1 fee, and then you can play forever. Now, isn't that just splendid? Isn't that just so cool? Don't mind the people that knew how to send code to the servers and get the game for basically free. Don't mind the people that, you know, did family sharing on Steam and got free copies of the game. That's totally fine. The fact that you can just pay 1 flat fee and play forever is the greatest thing ever. It's so awesome not having to pay a monthly subscription fee. to filter anyone out, because we wouldn't want to filter anyone out, you know, through game mechanics or a pay model. And we definitely wouldn't want free-to-play to rear its ugly head into this game. That might make the player base too big. We don't want the player base to be too big. We want them to pay a flat $60, maybe, if you're, you know, in a certain country, depends, you know. We don't need business from countries where their economy is in shambles, and $60 is more like akin to $400 to $500. No, we don't want them in the game, do we? That's why the pay model is the best in the game. Isn't that so cool, you guys? Number 5 is customer service and automated bans. Now, this is one of my favorite things about the entire game, because if there's someone that I just don't like in the game, me and 200 of my best friends can just mass report them, and then I don't ever have to deal with them ever again. If I'm about to go to war with, like, say, this guy, this Halio guy right here, say he's in a war, like, I look at the enemy roster and he's on it, and I don't want to fight that guy because maybe he's really good or really geared. Me and all my buddies, we can just mass report him for abusive chat, right? And then in a couple minutes, he'll be kicked out of the game for 2 to 3 days. And let's say he lawyers up and he, you know, sends a subpoena to Amazon to get all of his data from the servers. Well, when they send him the data, they won't even see what we reported him for because they don't keep track of it. And customer service, that's another one too. I know it's a twofer. You get one, buy one, get one free, right, guys? Buy one, get that one. Now, whenever you submit a ticket to customer service, it's completely automated. Guys, it's 2022. We are in the future. There's no need to have actual humans respond anymore. The AI can do it. The people that hit automated responses to your tickets, it's the best thing ever because, you know, it allows them to serve everyone all at once equally without any kind of discrimination, and everyone will be completely happy and satisfied, and I'm satisfied that me and 200 of my best friends can just mass report someone and just kick them out of the game. That's like basically the game, right? That's the most fun and cool thing ever, isn't it? It's pretty cool. Coming in at number 6 is the Cooldown Resets. Unlike those other games where all of your cooldowns, your dailies, your crafting timers all go off at the same time, I think that's very burdening. I think that's a lot to juggle with such a busy lifestyle that I have as a YouTuber, or a gamer rather, right, guys? I don't want cooldown resets to be unified and line up exactly, or at a 22-hour notice. No, I want them at 24 hours. I want them all over the place so that I always have something to think about. My brain is always like, did I do my gypsum cooldown? Did I do my asmodium cooldown? Is my mutator dungeon orb cooldown up yet? I don't know. And that's extremely exciting, engaging, and fun. And just, it really makes me want to just continue to play this game so much because, you know, I could just be a nerd and, like, spreadsheet out these things, but that's for nerds. You know, I really appreciate the cooldown resets and how they work. It's just, it keeps me engaged, it keeps my mind fresh, and I just love it, this Duke Maxwell guy with no faction here. Oh, it's so great. Isn't that so cool, you guys? Number 7 is nerfing fun. I am so glad that they nerfed anything that people might find fun or interesting or engaging. You know, I just really love the fact that I had this axe with trenchant recovery. So when I cleave a bunch of monsters, I would heal to full. Well, you know what? While that may have been fun, it was extremely overpowered and it deserved to be nerfed, okay? Anyone who spent hundreds of thousands of coins to make a build around such a game mechanic deserves the punishment they get for breaking the game. They deserve to have that fun ripped out of their hands like a little kid, you know, with like a lollipop, and a big adult just steals their candy and they cry. That's exactly what they deserve for breaking the game. How dare they? How dare they use their brain and formulate a plan to play the game in the way that they want to play it? No, get the hell, stop soloing Mertgard. You're not allowed to solo Mert. You're not allowed to solo level 66 corrupted portals. What are you thinking? You're breaking the game. You're ruining the game for everyone. We're gonna take that away from you. We're going to make you suffer. We're going to make you suffer for breaking the game in such a way. That's right. We invalidated your fun, and I love Amazon. I love Amazon so much. Come here, Amazon. Thank you so much. Nerfing all the things like that. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see what they nerf next, what they fix, and what they implement. You know, this gear score thing, I think we need another gear score. Let's get another number on top of this number. We'll call it not expertise and not gear score. We're gonna call it we're just gonna call it experience points. You know, you're gonna have to level up your gear now. You're gonna have to level up. You're gonna have to hit level 650. All right, and you're gonna play it and you're gonna like it. All right, number 8 is company earnings. I love this so much about this game. This is one of my favorite parts about the game, guys, is that companies earn millions and millions of silver every single week just for owning the towns. I mean, everyone watching this video owns Everfall, right? You guys all own Everfall. I know you do. You guys all own Windsward. Of course you do. That's why you're here watching this video. You're in a company that owns these territories, and you are getting millions and millions of gold every single week, and you're able to buy everything you ever wanted, craft everything you ever wanted. I know some of you guys never got banned for those dupes that happened a while back, and you're sitting on 10,000 stacks of void bent ores and just all the best things. And isn't that just the greatest, coolest thing about this game, is that you never have to worry about your economy. Like most MMORPGs, you have to like manage your expenses, you got to manage your gold, your resources, but not New World, of course not, because the game just gives it to you. It's yours and you can spend it however you want. Everyone wants to feel like they're a multi-millionaire, you know, Bill Gates, Elon Musk kind of person, right? Jeff Bezos, you know, everyone gets to be Jeff Bezos. Look at me. I'm bald. I'm Jeff Bezos in this game with my it's 1,000 coins now. I got a little bit of more money. I don't know where it came from. I didn't have anything on the market. I just got a little extra money somehow, which I'm just gonna give out to somebody, just whoever wants it. But the point is that this game is so good because companies earn so much free money for doing barely anything at all, and they can spend it however they want. Isn't that cool? Number 9, server merges. Server transfers are not a thing. If you think you get to transfer servers, think again, Buster, because you're not going anywhere. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna have so much fun with wherever Amazon throws you. Okay, server merges are one of the most fun, amazing things that I've ever seen in an MMORPG. You want to know why? Because some servers just merged with Brazilian servers. Imagine that, okay? But those Brazilian servers, they lost all their territory, they lost all of their land. Those guys aren't watching this video because they don't own Everfall, they don't own Windsward anymore. Not anymore, not as of yesterday, right? But server merges, ripping everyone's hard work away from them. There's the bugs where people have lost their auctions, their furniture in their houses, even their entire houses from server merges. I guess they never did fix that. I love that so much about Amazon, how these server merges just cause so much fun for people. It's a very fun experience for everyone involved. And you take like 10 servers, cram them into one big server. Those 10 servers lost all their land, all their hard work. They basically lost all their progression, PvP wise, of course, not PvE, right? But, well, actually, some did. Some lost their mutations, some lost their umbral shards. But, hey, man, that's just more time to play the game. You can get it back. You can earn it back. It's fine. It's cool. Server merges, you gotta love them. Server transfers, don't even think about adding server transfers, Amazon. If you add server transfers, that would let people go and play with their friends. That would let people go and most likely all join the same server, which we know is Eden at this point for US East. Maybe Olympus if you want to pal around with Asmongold. But hey, server merges, one of the best things ever. Isn't that cool, guys? Coming in at number 10 is Dungeon Chat Spam. Who needs a queuing system? That's gross. I don't want to have to open a menu and click a button to try to find a group for these mutated dungeons. No, I want to sit here in the chat and say over and over and over again, like some sort of person in the olden days, like a town crier, looking for a group, Lazarus, my orb, 2,000 gold, buy in, have 595 or higher gear score, right? That makes the game fun. That game makes the game engaging. This guy's name is I'm Gonna Rage Quit. He's level 60. that makes the game entirely enjoyable for everyone involved, everyone that wants to use the chat for other things. Well, too bad. The chat is for looking for dungeons. And the chat is for advertising that you have an orb so that 20 people message you every second wanting in for your party. Like if I type in the chat right now, you know, Lazarus orb, you know, blah, 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 whatever, I'm going to get messaged by half the server who wants in on my dungeon. And that just makes me feel like the captain of the football team that's, you know, got a whole harem of cheerleaders. That's going to make me feel like the most popular rock star at a huge rock concert. That's going to make me feel like a church pastor with an entire congregation full of people all listening to the stuff that I spout out of my mouth. You know, that's going to make me feel like a YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers. You should subscribe right now. You made it this far. You better like that. You better like this video because okay. Look at this. I'm gonna slash Trash Panda 666. Look at that. I didn't slash him, so you don't have to like the video. He kind of, you know what? We're not gonna live this. We're gonna chase him down. Boom! I got him. You have to like the video now. You have to like the video because I hit Trash Panda 666. Okay. So let's move on into the next one. Number 11, Outpost Rush. Outpost Rush has a nice scoring system where it's all about kill stealing. This teaches you to be ruthless. This teaches you to not care about your team. Just pick a healing spec and try to snipe kills and heal as many people as possible. Don't worry about pushing objectives. Don't worry about doing anything like capping bases because that doesn't give points. This game teaches you a life lesson to always look out for yourself, and you gotta respect Amazon for putting that kind of thing in Outpost Rush. Not only that, but Outpost Rush does scale with your PvP and your gear score. So what that means is that people that are wearing a 596 gear score Great Axe against a 625 heavy armor, they just won't deal any damage. And I just love that so much about this game, because if I am in Outpost Rush and someone hits me and I have a full 625 set of armor on and they don't have a good weapon, well, I can just... I'm never going to die. I'm never going to take enough damage to be killed. There's nothing they can do. And that teaches them that they should go grind out those Merc Guard runs that we talked about earlier for a very long time. They should go and, you know, spam chat for weeks on end trying to get a group going for Lazarus and Genesis, right? You know, don't worry that it takes 3 days and offering 10,000 per person to join your group. Don't worry about that. That's not important. What's important is that your gear score allows you to basically feel like you're a god in Outpost Rush. And the scoring system is great for those that only play for themselves and not for team objectives like capturing bases or organizing anything with their team. Just farm mobs until you get your basic 500 points, and then you get your rewards. You get your paycheck, baby. That teaches you a life lesson that if you ever work a crappy job like retail or fast food, just do about 85% of the effort at your job. Don't worry about, you know, getting ranked up in your job. Don't worry about that supervisor position. Don't worry about becoming the senior manager at your McDonald's, okay? Don't worry about it. Just do the bare minimum and get your paycheck and get out. And I love Amazon so much for putting that into the game and teaching these gamers in this generation that life lesson. That is, that is just perfection. Isn't that so cool? Guys, it's number 12, Gearscore Scaling. Now, we talked about that in Outpost Rush, we talked about it in PvP, but Gearscore Scaling, oh my god, you guys, it's so cool that if I wanted to do any higher mutated dungeons, I have to take those Umbral Shards and put them into the armor. I can't just let them sit in the base. I can't put them into things that I would, you know, maybe like if I want to max out a farming set for gathering. We're going to talk about that in a minute too, right? But the point is, Gearscore Scaling, chef's kiss. Just sprinkle on some salt, get that sodium flowing. It's so good. The fact that you can be at 625 gear score to be able to do mutator 10s. It's not about skill anymore, guys. Skill is the old way to play video games. No one cares about skill. Everyone only cares about your gear score number, and the game only cares about your gear score number, because if you don't have that right number, this little number on top of your gear, like this gear score is 598, okay? You know, back just a month ago, that was 2 points away from pure perfection. But you know what? That wasn't good enough. It's never going to be good enough because they pushed it to 625. And the only way to get there is to do those mutated dungeons with your close, tight-knit group of friends that you hopefully have. And if you don't, well, you're probably not playing the game anymore. Isn't that super awesome and cool? All right, number 15. Now, you guys may wonder, what happened to the other numbers? It's not important. Don't worry about it. This is how Amazon does things. This is how I'm doing things. Number 15 is the bots. And let me tell you why bots are just the most wonderful, coolest, awesomest thing in this game. All right, so you're a person who likes to play New World. And you're also a person, just like all of us, every single one of you guys watching, every single person watching the video owns Everfall. You're in a company with all your bestest friends that are always online at your beck and call. They're always online anytime you want to do a mutated dungeon, anytime you want to do anything. They are just available. You're available all the time. You got a nice cushy office job where you can play video games and your boss doesn't even know or care. You know, maybe you work from home, maybe you don't work at all. It's totally fine. But you know what? Because you own Everfall and Windsward, you have infinite money. And because you have that nice, wagey office job, you can buy thousands and thousands of gold for pennies on the dollar. But not only that, bots keep the inventory of items on the servers for, and like, let's say I want some iron ore. Look how much iron ore there is for sale for 9 cents. Do you know how, like, okay, I can pay 35 cents of real-life dollars for 1,000 gold. Let's do some math. I want to do some math. You know, it's math time with Swole Benji. Let's pop off the calculator. Okay, I'm a wagey working a nice office job, and I make $70 an hour, and I work an 8-hour shift. I made $560 in one day. For $560 divided by 35 cents is going to buy 1,600 times 1,000. That's going to buy me 1.6 million coins on New World. But we don't, you know what? That's how much Windsward makes in one day. So it's not even relevant. I don't even need to spend my wagey bucks on that, okay? I have 1.6 million gold to spend. Now, at 1.6 million gold, we're going to divide that by 9 cents. And that means I can buy 17 million iron ores, okay? Now, there's no way that you're going to farm that many iron ores. There's no way that I'm going to farm that many iron ores. I would go crazy farming those iron ores. I'm an important person with an office job. I don't need to farm iron ore in a video game. That's what the bots are for, you guys. Look at this. This iron ore, 9 cents. Okay, it's already been sold. Let's refresh and try again. It's now 10 cents. It went up a penny. Look at this. I can pay 200 coins, easy mode. You know, I just wait a few minutes, and that's how much taxes. And because I own Everfall, look at that. The taxes that I'm paying on this, I'm going to get right back. So it goes right back into my pocket, and I can have thousands and thousands of iron ore. Do you know how long it takes to farm 2,000 iron ores? Most people will say 30 minutes to an hour. Well, my time is important. Your time is important. And you have to thank Amazon right now. Get on your knees and kiss their toes and thank them for not banning bots like other MMORPGs used to do in the olden days. They don't anymore because they all learn too. They all know you don't ban bots. Don't you dare touch the bots. The bots are there to serve you. The bots are there to make your life easy. The bots are there so that you don't have to play the mundane part of the game that you may not enjoy. And you know what? If someone wanted to play New World to farm iron ore and to be a gatherer and get all the best gathering gear, well, they're schmucks, and we don't want their business. We don't want them on our game. We want people that have friends that can run mutated dungeons over and over and over again in our game. And that's what I just love about Amazon. That's what I think is just so cool, is that they're doing that for us, the gamer, the people that play New World. You know, you just gotta respect them for not banning the bots. You know, the bots, they are the solution to the problem of, you know, lack of inventory. We don't need to put more iron ore nodes or other ways to earn iron ore through like a town board quest or a quest, or maybe some sort of instanced area, or maybe just make them respawn faster. Heck no. You know, that would take time away from our developers, and that would, you know, put more stress on the player. That if someone very rich, you know, that owns Windsward wanted iron ore, well, now there you go. It's at complete bottom dollar. You can buy as much as you want if you even need it. If you even want it, it's totally fine. All right, guys. And that is it for the top 15. Don't you dare try to correct me. It is 15. You can see at the top. See the number 15? Look, I'm going to make a flash. Look, see? So that's a top 15 list, okay? Of the best, most wonderful, most respectable things in New World that make the game super fun and super exciting, and it's totally not a dead game even though it's down to 20,000 players. It's totally not a dead game even though that server merges have killed the player population. And that is the video, guys. You know, just let me know how much you love New World in the comments. Just tell me so deeply from the bottom of your heart, from deep within your soul, how much you respect Amazon and how much you just think that is the most coolest, amazingest, bestest thing ever. Okay, I don't want to see any hate in the comments. I don't want to see any of you guys complaining about any of this stuff that I went over in this list. How dare you? You need to learn that, you know, this is a modern video game. You know, maybe you're not a gamer, okay? Maybe you're just not a gamer and you don't understand these things, okay? That New World is thriving. It is not dead. It is more alive than it's ever been, and the new patches coming out that are going to increase the tax return rates for people that own the cities. That is just more money in their pockets so that they can spend more money on their guildies and get even further ahead and play the game the way it was intended, which is running the mutated dungeons over and over and over again. Why would you want to do anything else anyway? You know what? If you wanted to go outside and pick flowers and then sell them, you're a dummy. You know, you should not play, like, you could play a video game where you can cast magic spells and you can slash skeletons with a big axe. Why would you want to go pick flowers? Like, what is wrong with you, okay? We have the bots for that, okay? Why would, look at this. Why, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to pick this flower, and look at that. Look at that. I just picked it up, okay? Look at that. Why would you want to do that? You're disgusting. Ew, that's gross. That is not how you play this game. That is, how dare you? You need to be in dungeon. Why aren't you in a dungeon right now? What are you doing? Go do a mutated dungeon. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Take care.